Today we're thrifting. Let's go find all the great deals. Do you guys remember this big wall? This is where we find some good stuff. Wicker, big right now. We're seeing wicker on all the high-end sites. I just did this really cool dupe for a wicker lamp. Let me show you how I made that. At IKEA, they have a ton of baskets, and I actually found this one in the as-is section for just $5. This is one of their baskets that they will double as a planter. The other thing I picked up was a lamp base. Now, you might already have this at your house, but you can also pick them up at the thrift store. So I'm going to add in my light bulb. I found this black lamp base for just $5.99. Now, you're also going to need a lamp shade that's going to fit onto your lamp base. If it doesn't already come with it at the thrift store, I find one of the best places to get these are at the Restore. They're usually $1, $2. This one I got was just $2. Now you could paint this if you wanted it to be gold, you could make it gold, but I really liked the black base of it. Next, I'm gonna add on the lampshade base. I do think it's important to have a lampshade just so it fits properly over your light bulb. And then I will add on the wicker basket. You could glue this on, but I'm just gonna set it on there in case I don't wanna use it later. And here's how my Pottery Barn dupe turned out. Let me know what you guys think. This one's 13 and this one's 68. I love Pottery Barn baskets. They are so gorgeous, but I've never bought one because I'm able to come here to the thrift store and recreate the look for less. So before I come to the thrift store, a lot of times I will scroll on my phone and look at the different baskets to see what's trending right now. One of the things I'm noticing is a lot of their baskets are really tightly woven. This one is very tightly woven like this. Also, several of the Pottery Barn baskets have the same shape with the handles. Now, it does have some dings, so this would definitely need to be spray painted, but this is a good example of a dupe for a Pottery Barn basket. The other one that stood out to me was this one. This is a really cool basket. It has a lid to it, but they do have bowl baskets. Again, you have that tightly woven look. Now, the two-tone is something you typically don't see on Pottery Barn's site, but you could stain this to make it match. All right, lots of random organization. Okay, these are from IKEA, but they have them priced at $12. I wonder if we could look these up. I wonder if they still have them and we could see how much they are. $12 seems like a lot. What I love about all these is you can put them in any of those IKEA cabinets. I have several of them throughout my house. This is a huge basket, you guys. Whoa. Okay, that's really big. They want $39 for it. This is a huge basket you could use like at the end of your bed. I'm not seeing where it's from. I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this worth getting? I looked it up on Pottery Barn's website. You guys, check out this Pottery Barn basket. It looks so much like this. The only difference is this one's a little bit blue. So a lot of times it's a long shot, but I always check over here at the light fixtures. Now, most of these I can't use, but you guys know that I will buy these at the Restore. These are great in a ton of different DIY projects. My Restore sells these for $1 each. So I bought these brown ones. Now, one of the trends that's really popular right now is mushrooms, especially in outdoor decor. So I wanted to turn these globes into mushrooms for my outdoor space. So I bought the black traditional solar lights. These are the ones you see most often at your Dollar Tree. And I'm going to add some E6000 to the top area of my solar light. Then I'm gonna place it upside down into my mushroom. Because you're using E6000, you need to let these dry overnight. So I repeated those steps with all 5 of my mushrooms. Once they have a chance to dry, now you can just put these in your yard. I think these make the most adorable mushroom decor. Have you ever walked by these glass lampshades at the thrift store or at the Restore and wondered, okay, what do I do with these? They're priced at only $1. I have an awesome upcycle in mind for these. I just have to pick out my favorite. I really like this one. I think this would be perfect, but there's so many other cool ones. Like that one's fun. These little ones are cute too. Ooh, what's this? Okay, this one I think would be perfect. I thought this glass piece that went to a light fixture would be perfect as a modern succulent bowl. I love the shape of it, and actually I love the color of it, so I just cleaned it up a little bit. Next, I'm going to fill it with some soil. The other cool thing is it has holes on the bottom, so it already has drainage ready to go. Next, I bought some live succulents from Lowe's, and I'm going to add those into my container to make it look as full as possible. I think these look gorgeous sitting out on your kitchen table, or they'd also be great in your living room. These caught my eye. I definitely think that I could take the top of these off and make a really cool planter, but they are priced at $12, so I'm probably gonna leave those. But definitely look over here and see if there's anything you can use. This area is a little overwhelming, but this lampshade over here caught my eye. This one's great. If I needed this as a lampshade, it would be a good option. Let me see how much it is. No price, it's free. The one next to it's $3, so it's probably in that price range. Now, one of the questions I get in all of these thrifting videos is, Liz, where are you at? So if you're in the Kansas City area, the thrift store I like to go to is Blessings Abound. It's in Overland Park. They're actually gonna have a new location coming soon over in Martin City, so I'm excited to try that one. But my store has a ton of lamps. You can see them all around me. There's so many lamps here. This desk lamp is one that I've seen on high-end sites. I'll show you the picture right here, but it's perfect. It's only $8. We just need a little DIY. I love brass lamps like these. These are perfect to put out really on any table in your house, or they're great for your office. Now, you could try to bring back the brass, but I wanted it to go more of a darker look because I saw this inspiration piece on Pottery Barn's website where they went with kind of like a darker metal tone, and that's what I wanted to try to do for this piece. So I taped up the cord on the back, and then I also put some tape over the light. Next, I took it outside and spray painted it black. I wanted a good base to kind of make it darker. So I spray painted the entire piece with 2 coats. I let this dry completely. Then I'm going to be using a stone texture just to give it a little bit of dimension. Now, I love these stone spray paints, but I will tell you guys, they are very frustrating because a lot of times they clog up and they don't work well. Although I love them, I wish that they worked a little bit better because sometimes I'll have an entire stone texture that I can't spray out and I'm like trying to change the nozzle. So just keep that in mind if you buy one of these. I let that dry completely and I'll show you how I styled it in my home. My favorite section is the furniture section. I love finding things that maybe are just a little worn that I could update and put in my home. This desk stood out to me. It's $24. I just love like the simple lines of it. It's got this old drawer, so cute. You could use this as a desk. You could even use it as like a front entry table. I think that would be really cool. Or you could use it as a vanity in your room. So I just spotted this tall dresser. I thought it was burl wood, which was really popular last season, but it says it's a bird's eye maple. It's definitely missing some of the hardware to it, but it's in amazing condition. Stools and little benches that you could put in your bathroom are great to look out for here. I really like this one. It's well made, but they have it priced at $24, which I think for a bench this size is too high priced. So I'm gonna leave it and not get it, but those are great items you can pick up here. All right, I like this round table. $39. Okay, I don't like it that much, but love the base of this. This would be a great side table. Lots of cool pottery to choose from. This is actually real pottery, $8 though, but love that bowl. All right, Delaney says I'm into the ornate wood vibes today. This looks really cool, although I think it's plastic, but it totally looks like wood. Love these organizers. They look so much better sitting out than plastic organizers if you're gonna put them out on your desk. This would be great for all of your bills, Post-its, different things like that, $4. All right, most thrift stores, if they're like mine, they put the really fancy, cool decor at the front. Now, you're not gonna get the best prices up here, but sometimes you can find a few things that are worth picking up. Like this, I love this. This would be great to set decor out on, but they want $5 for it, so I'm probably gonna leave that. Also, like this cool container, what do you guys even do with this? I don't even know, $5. One section I like to check are over here with these boxes. Now, I don't always find some, but I try to look for ones that are wood and have interesting detail. This one caught my eye. So this is a box. It looks like it used to have glass in here and it came out, but check out the detail on this. This box is so cool. Let me show you how you could repurpose this box in your home. I'm gonna take all the tape off of this wood card holder. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. And I love little decorative boxes like this. They're perfect to put out to store items like your remotes. I also love it for card games that we reach for frequently. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is thrifting. I found something cool. You guys have to see this. This box is like the original like Mod Podge. Somebody took this cool box and they added some kind of paper here. This was probably an old wallpaper. They lined the inside. They also lined the outside. You can see it's kind of come off over time. It's aged. It's perfect. It's $12. I'm getting it. All right, we have to check out this lamp. I'm over here in all the furniture. This is definitely an interesting lamp. It's a floral lamp. I don't know if I've ever seen one like this. I really like it. The lampshade is in really good shape. The lamp is $22. I feel like this is a pretty nice lamp. I wish I knew where it was from. But I mean, you wouldn't have to do any DIYing to that. Every time you go to the thrift store, if you can, I think it's a good idea to have a list of the things you're looking for. Even if you keep a short list in your notes app of the things you'd like to find, it really helps you to focus because there's so much stuff here, it's easy to get off track. So one of the things I really wanted to find on this trip is items for my coffee table. I recently took the items off my coffee table, so I don't have anything on there. If you guys remember, I have this glass coffee table. And so I went on Pottery Barn's website for some inspiration and I found this gorgeous bowl with hydrangeas in it. So I wanted to try to recreate that. One of the things my thrift store has is a ton of glassware. I spotted these, you guys. These are just like clear hurricanes. They're gorgeous. And I found two different sizes. Now, my original inspiration didn't have two different sizes, but it had a vase that was smaller at the bottom and then it kind of got larger at the top. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get both of these and use those on my coffee table. Now, I love them glass. I think they look gorgeous, but because my coffee table is glass, we need to make these look more like stone. We have to figure out some flowers to put in our vases to put out on the coffee table. I just picked these up at Dollar Tree and I think these are absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna be using these in an upcoming DIY, but I always do faux floral. So I wanted to show you guys something else you could try. The closest Trader Joe's to me is about 20-25 minutes from my house, but anytime I get a chance to go there, they have gorgeous, reasonably priced flowers and their white hydrangeas are out right now. I thought they were so pretty. These you get 3 in a bundle for $5.99 at my store. The other thing that I think is always a good deal is their eucalyptus. Like this eucalyptus right here was $3.99. I actually picked up 3 different varieties of the eucalyptus. I have this one, and then I also have this one. I think I like this one the most, but each of these bundles were only $3.99. This is a great way to stretch your flowers. So if you're wanting to do a hydrangea, but you don't want the full thing to be hydrangeas, you could always add in eucalyptus to make your arrangement look bigger and fuller. I'm adding in the flower food. I've already put in water in both of my vases. All right, I want to start with my hydrangeas. So I'm going to cut them down and put them into my vase. Now this is definitely a little extra. I probably wouldn't do this for every day, but if you're going to be having an event at your house, I think these look gorgeous. Again, use your faux florals if you want to. Let me show you how to style these on my coffee table. Now this awesome box that I picked up is going to look amazing on my coffee table. The way that I have these flowers set up, this would be great for an event. You could even use this for a baby shower, bridal shower, wedding, to put items inside. This is kind of more over the top for every day. Let me show you how I would style this for every day using the exact same flowers. So to give this a more casual look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like items together. So I want all of my hydrangeas to be in the smaller container, and then I'm gonna move all the eucalyptus to the larger one. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we're gonna add in all the eucalyptus, making sure that they get down into the water. I'm gonna add in these to the eucalyptus because I feel like they fit in there better. I don't know. I may end up pulling those out. And then this container is just gonna be hydrangeas. So I think I'm gonna take these out. I feel like they don't work with the eucalyptus, and I'll just put them in another vase. So adding all the hydrangeas to this container, putting my eucalyptus in here, I feel like it makes it look a little bit more casual. Let me know down in the comments which way you prefer. Do you like the more casual or the more formal flowers? Now, if you also like to share how you DIY or decorate around your house, I would love for you to join our Facebook community. We have this awesome community where you can share your DIYs, crafts, get tips, get suggestions. It's just such a great community. If you want to join, you can go to Facebook and type in Liz Fenwick DIY group, ask to join. We'd love to have you. Or you can scan the QR code right here and it'll take you to join our Facebook group. I'm not gonna leave the thrift store without checking out the books section. And especially at my thrift store, they have all the books really nicely organized. The other thing they do is they will put good coffee table book ideas out here sitting out. And if there's one that I really want, I will go ahead and pick it up because usually it's fairly affordable. They usually do the coffee table books around $5, but you can do so much with books. They are great to sit out as decor. Or another thing I like to do is find art books, use those prints in my DIYs. I'm really not finding any books I want to take home today, but that's thrifting. Sometimes you find some stuff, sometimes you don't. Normally I don't show you guys this, but one of my favorite places at the thrift store is looking for games. I feel like you can get some great deals on board games, and I'm a big collector of board games. We do a lot of board games at my house, so if I find a good one, it's coming home with me. This vase, I love it. It's $4. And the reason it's $4 is because there's a tiny little chip right here. So they will mark it down, but that's okay. I can turn it like this. Love the color of it. It's perfect. I have to show you guys these containers with the stoppers. Now, every time I come to the thrift store, I always see these. I didn't know what to do with them. I saw somebody online do this genius idea. I can't wait to try it out. We're gonna use this in my bathroom. We are going to use this container for mouthwash. So there's a lot of tape up here. I'm gonna take this all off. Next, I'm gonna clean this up really good. Now that it's clean, we're gonna use this container as a mouthwash container to set out in your bathroom. It's gonna look nice, so much nicer than this container. Now, if you have any extra, you can just keep that underneath your sink and then put on the lid. I feel like I'm gonna be lost at the next thrift store because at my thrift store, I know underneath these kid items, they keep the different magazine racks. Sometimes they don't have any. There was this one DIY I did with a magazine rack. It was so cool. It's probably one of my favorite thrifted DIYs. But this time around, they have 4 different ones. This one though, you guys, love the look of this. It's only $4. Now, I don't like the lighter wood. Let's see what we can do with it. Oh, it fits here perfect. It was made for my cart. I love these magazine racks because they're always so decorative and you can use them for a ton of things around your house. Now the one I have is in a lighter wood finish and my floors right now are a lighter wood. So I wanted to go a little bit darker. So I could stain it, but it has a pretty thick layer of varnish on it. So I thought it would be best to paint it. Part of me thought maybe I should spray paint it, but I decided to just hand paint it. So I got one of my sample paints out in a dark brown color. And honestly, I probably should have spray painted it because it was a little hard to paint because I had to get all of the different dowels. I started on the inside and kind of worked my way out. I ended up doing 3 coats of paint on this entire piece just to make sure I had it completely covered. I really like the way the dark brown turned out on this piece. Now you could put magazines in here, bath towels in here. I'm gonna be putting it in my living room with some throw blankets. I would love to know how you use magazine racks in your home. Now that we've made it through the thrift store, it's time to go back around in the opposite direction. I'm telling you, we are gonna see stuff that we didn't see the first time. So if you have the time, that's one of our tips we like to do. You can find so many cool glass vases. I love all the details on these. This is a great one too for really affordable prices. You know I love a good deal. I spotted this gorgeous frosted glassware bowl for just $4. Now you could clean this up, use it as a fruit bowl or a serving bowl in your kitchen, but I have another idea. We're gonna make a candle in this gorgeous bowl that I picked up at the thrift store. For Christmas, my husband bought me this burner because I think he was a little tired of me melting wax on our stove. So he said it would be perfect for melting all my candle wax. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I have this pan that I only use for candle wax and I'm gonna put that on there. I use this soy wax melt for my candles. I buy it off of Amazon and it comes with 5 bags. I will link it for you down below, but I'm just gonna start by melting my candle wax. I'm gonna add in more wax. And then you just want this to melt completely. Now for a larger candle like this, you're gonna wanna use more candle wicks. I'm gonna put probably 4 in here. I buy them in a large pack. I think there's 100 in here. I will link these for you as well. Now with my candle wicks, I'm actually gonna hot glue them to the base of my bowl. I've never done this before, but I've heard it's a good way to hold them in place. So let me know if you guys do this trick. So I'll just put a little bit of hot glue. Actually, you can put quite a bit of hot glue, and then I'll just place it down on the bottom of the bowl. I feel like when I put the wax in, it's going to come up, but we'll see what happens. Now this candle wax melt doesn't have any scent to it. So if you want a scent, you could add in some essential oils. I'm gonna be adding something to the top of my candle that is scented, so I'm not gonna add in any essential oils. The other thing you need to think about before you put in your wax, which my wax is melted, so it's ready to go, you need something to hold up your wicks. Typically I will use large popsicle sticks, but this is a big bowl, so these are shims. You could also use paint stirrers, and you're just going to place them down there. Once I get all the wax in, I will put them in place. If I need to add tape, I will do that as well. So my next step is to pour in my wax. Okay, so the key is to just do this slowly. We're gonna put in more wax melt because we didn't fill it all the way. So we're just gonna keep melting our wax melt until we're happy with the height. Okay, the other thing is I'm going to try to put a shim over here because this wick fell down. Usually I do 4. So at this point, I'm just kind of adding my shims so that my wicks don't fall into the wax melt. So just add them where you need to add them. At the end, I may tape them in place, but you still need an opening. Like I'll probably have to turn it this way to pour in the wax melt. This is melted. I'm gonna put a little bit more in. All right, I'm gonna keep melting wax melt until I fill it up. So I want to add in one more wood piece over here. I don't really feel like I need to tape these in place, but This needs to cool. It's gonna take several hours, so I'm gonna set it aside and let it cool. So in the fall, I made a big candle like this, and I added some molds with fall things. It was so adorable. So I thought, let's do something similar, but this time we're gonna use flowers. So I found these molds off of Amazon. So cute. They have just little flowers, and we're gonna fill these molds with wax. Now, what wax are we gonna use? My favorite is to go to Walmart and get one of their Better Homes and Gardens wax melts. And really, I based it off of the colors. I want it to be very neutral. So I got some browns, tans, and ivories that we're going to be using to fill our molds. Now our molds, we really don't need to put too much in there, but we're just gonna melt up a little bit. And since I'm using the same pot, I'm gonna start with the ivory and then work my way up in the colors. So I don't wanna melt too much. So I popped out 3 of the cubes, and I'm gonna put these in my pan to melt. The vanilla buttercream is melted, so I'm going to use a spoon to add it to my molds. All right, now we're gonna move on to the vanilla cookie crunch. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna take 3 blocks and melt those. Let's add the vanilla crunch. I'm gonna fill up this pink mold, and then I'm gonna do a few strips of the green mold. We're down to our last color. This is the maple sugar drizzle. It's been working well just to do 3 cubes, so that's what I'm gonna continue to do. All right, I'm gonna fill the last of the molds. So everything's been in the molds for a few hours now, and now it's time to pop them out and see how they turned out. Now that my candle's set up, I'm gonna remove the shims, and then I'm gonna cut down the wicks so they're a little bit shorter. Now for the super fun part, I'm going to place all of the little molds that we made onto the border of my candle. Let me know down in the comments what you'll be looking for the next time you shop at the thrift store, and make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye.